Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and thank you so much for attending this lecture on Pokemon biology. Joining me here in the classroom today is, of course, my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Mr. Curtis, if you could please say hello to everybody.
Oh, thank you, Professor. I am so happy to be here, and you know what? I'm here for you today, Professor.
For me?
Yes, whatever you need, Professor, I am your man, okay? Right here. I'm your assistant, your dude, all right? I've already brushed the entire classroom with the toothbrush last night, so it's squeaky clean.
Whose toothbrush?
It was Corbin's toothbrush.
Wait, how did you get into my... did you get into my house?
Well, I mean, you know, when I have to do the rounds, check on all the students.
No, you don't need to do that. There's so many
you're...
students. No, you don't need to go into the students' homes and steal their toothbrushes. That's a violation of so many laws.
It was just the right size is what I needed. So, you know, I knew there was only place
to
I
do the
could
fine detailing of the classroom thing, and you know it looks amazing in here. Honestly, I thought something was different when I walked in this morning, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
I guess I'll tell my mom to get a new toothbrush.
So yeah, I guess keep up the good work there, Mr. Curtis. You're doing
thank you.
Excellent work here in the classroom. Also joining us today is, of course, our trainer in training, young Corbin. If you could please say hello to everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy to be here.
Non-virtual student.
Happy Wednesday to all of you. Or you could be listening on not a Wednesday, and that's totally fine. But either way, if you're listening on the first day, that means you're a real dedicated student. And happy Wednesday to you. You know who you are. Stephanie.
Yes, you. Listen to
John.
Man. Oh, wow.
Bill.
How did you get access to my
Tim.
Whoa.
Huh? I know.
How do you get access to my class list? Stop it.
Listen, what can I say?
That's right. You know, you are the president, so I guess that's.
I have a whole spreadsheet of everybody's names, where they live.
Oh no, no, you don't. He doesn't. He doesn't. That's
how long they listen to each lesson. So for those of you that only listen to the first 5 minutes and then you dip out, I'm on to you.
I mean, that is information that I have. I don't know why you also have that information.
As class president, there are privileges that I get.
Well, at least you won't be class president for much longer.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know that, okay? You don't know that.
Oh,
that is fair. He could be class president again. Although I don't know. I don't think I've gotten a formal notice, a submission from you, Corbin.
Well, the incumbent doesn't need one. That's how that works.
I would like one though from you.
How are we supposed to know what your platform is?
Yeah, what is your platform?
Well, my platform. Give me a minute to think about it. All right. I'll write you up something eventually.
Okay. Well, in that time, while he's thinking, I think it's important that we start, thinking about the Pokemon that we're learning about today. Does anybody know who that is?
Let me think.
I definitely think it's Decidueye.
Oh gosh, that never gets old. Never gets old. Still the funniest thing. It's just the funniest joke ever.
It doesn't. It never gets old.
Not
honestly.
a joke.
It's not Decidueye.
It's a carefully calculated plan because we will eventually get to Decidueye,
and you'll be right.
And when I get there, I will have it right. So.
Hold on. Let me think.
Oh, first time for everything. Ayo. Ayo, got him. Light him up. Light him up.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, interesting. Is that your thinking noise, Corbin?
It's my thinking noise.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Rowlet?
Okay, no.
Yeah.
We're learning about Electabuzz today.
Oh.
Some of you may know him as, or I guess them, not necessarily male, as the Electric Pokemon.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is the Electric.
The one and only.
Electabuzz.
Okay.
Yeah, so forget about Pikachu. Forget about Raichu.
I won't. Nope.
You won't forget. Okay, fine.
No.
Disobeying a direct order. I see.
Well, I can't just can't just empty my brain.
All right. You know, disobeying a direct order in class. You know what that means?
What does that mean, Mr. Curtis?
That means time for me to escort you out of class. Come on.
No,
Come
please,
on.
please.
Come on.
I've been
No,
having such a
Mr.
good time
Curtis,
here.
heal.
Please.
Heal, Mr. Curtis, heal.
Oh, yes, Professor. Yes, Professor.
Good. No.
Whatever you say.
It's fine. He can, as long as he, it's fine. It was kind of a ridiculous request for me anyways. You can't forget about Pikachu. How could you? With his cute little cheeks.
Yes.
No, but so Electabuzz is the electric Pokemon. Has anybody seen an Electabuzz before? They're extremely rare. So
I actually have not seen one.
if you go to the right place, you are more common to see them than you would other places. But they are still considered a rare Pokemon.
Right. Yes. I've seen it in a textbook. And I can't think of a time where I've seen it in person though.
I've not either. Nope.
Okay, well that's about to change today because for the first time ever, I have a Pokemon with me.
That's not true.
No.
I know it's so uncommon for us to do
Professor,
this.
how did you find one? They're so rare.
Oh, the school provides me with one of each Pokemon.
All of them. Really?
Yeah, you should see this back room back here. It's like you open it up and it just Pokeballs fall
Wait,
out.
all of them? Come
Every
on.
single one.
All.
Yes. Yep.
You mean like the god of the sea, Lugia, that's just sitting
Maybe.
in your back room there?
Well, you'll have to wait to find out, Corbin.
Okay. All right.
Because we will talk about Lugia. It's a little ways off. I'm surprised you didn't ask about the legendary bird Pokemon that exist here in the Kanto region, or the
Mew or
Mew. Sure, yeah.
Or Rayquaza. Sure, yeah.
I say Rayquaza. I think that's really how you pronounce it.
Rayquaza is what they say in the Unova region. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
Yes, but okay. Anyways, here is an Electabuzz. Be careful touching it. They are quite potent with electricity. So just be careful. All right.
Okay, we'll do.
I know you guys are always really careful with the Pokemon that I send out.
We will be, but I'm not going to do anything.
Okay. All right. So here is an Electabuzz.
Ooh, kind of fierce looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
for
intense.
sure.
Is it? Now let me ask you. It's got some pretty big fists. Is it part fighting type or?
Nope. It's just an electric type.
Okay.
It really has one fighting technique, physical fighting technique that it uses. So I wouldn't really consider it a fighting type Pokemon, but it does got some big old fists on it. I will agree.
Wow, big old fist. What's up, buddy? High five. Oh no, never mind. No, I'm not gonna do that. Nope. I was just told not
Corbin,
to do that.
Listen,
so I'm not gonna.
You don't high five them. You just you have to be professional. You give them a handshake like this.
He said not to touch them.
Oh, jeez. Whoa. Okay. Now that's an interesting reaction.
Woo.
Are you okay?
Woo. He's giving me the stink eye, Professor. I don't know if he doesn't seem to like me too much. I can't imagine why.
Well, okay, yeah. So that's a very astute observation, Mr. Curtis. So Electabuzzes, so they have electric current just going on the surface of their skin all the time. And they actually communicate with each other. They like to they communicate their feelings via electrical currents.
Oh,
right?
wow.
So they use different currents to display or demonstrate what their emotions are. So that really rough, hard current that Mr. Curtis felt, I think that was anger. I don't think it likes you.
I'm getting that impression. Thank you,
I know
Professor.
this is disobeying a direct order, but can I lightly touch it to see what it thinks of me?
Yes, yeah. Touch it with your face, though. Really nuzzle up there.
No. I'm not kidding.
Lick the Electabuzz. Lick
I'm
it.
not. No, I'm not doing that.
Put your tongue.
Hey,
on the Electabuzz. Electabuzz
Corbin,
wants it.
if the professor,
This is borderline inappropriate, and people are gonna tune out. I'm not doing that.
Corbin,
I'm what?
If the professor says it, you have to do it.
What do you mean tune out? It's not. This is a lesson. They have to listen to it.
They don't have to. People drop off. People get tired.
And I've noted it in my grade book.
Do you really want me to just look at like this? Do I have to?
Maybe it likes you. Maybe you'll get a pleasant current.
Do I have to do this? Okay,
fine. Just touch it.
Okay, all right, fine. Here we go. And ooh, what is? Why are you laughing at me? What?
Is the Electabuzz laughing or?
Yeah, it's laughing at me. Do you see it? It's like belly laughing. So it's angry at Curtis and it's laughing at. Did I say something funny? Am I like a funny guy?
Mr. Curtis. Look at his hair.
Is it my hair?
How your hair's all puffed out.
I didn't wash my hair this. I got crumbs on my shirt too. For breakfast. I'm sorry. Oh, that's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. You know what?
That's really embarrassing.
My fly's down too. There we go.
Corbin,
Oh my God!
have to
Why are
have
you
a
such a mess, Corbin? What
I'm
happened?
such a dude. I just rolled out of bed today. I'm sorry.
guess
It
so.
was rough morning.
Corbin, we're gonna have a discussion about proper classroom attire.
Yeah,
after
this
class.
This isn't clown school, Corbin. All right, you can't.
Mr.
do
Curtis,
that here.
I have told you 100
That's
times
the
I'm not
next
wearing a
classroom.
tie. I'm not wearing a tie. Okay, you can't make me. There's no dress code for this class.
Even what if you wore it like super cool around your head, like you just got off of a hard day's work and you're gonna party down at the bar or something? Would you wear it like
I could be tempted.
that? Ooh. What do you say, Mr. Curtis? Is that
No.
is that enough for you?
But
That's-
I mean, as long as he keeps his hair in order, and
I don't want
he's
it.
not wearing flip flops. Can't have open-toed school shoes in this classroom.
My shoes aren't over-toed. What does that even mean?
No, open toe.
Open-toed.
That is for
open.
safety reasons. You can't have
Yeah.
open-toed shoes.
That's right. And you need to present an air.
Oh, that's
of
where we draw the line with safety. Okay, gotcha.
present an air of responsible Pokemon ownership. That's what. That's.
I don't
what
have a
need to see
Pokemon,
from
so I
you.
can't display ownership.
Well, how can I know that you're ready until I know that you've got your house in order?
You're not that professor. It doesn't matter what you think if I'm ready.
That is true. That is true, Mr. Curtis.
Mm.
Although I do take Mr. Curtis's opinion into account
Ugh,
at
I
the
don't
end
know
of all the
why.
lessons, and then if Mr. Curtis says I don't like the cut of their jib, well then
That's right.
you might just lose it all.
That's all the time that I spend like researching and coming to your house and stealing your toothbrush and all that
it's
stuff.
all an important part of the process.
This is, and you're okay with all of this? This is legal? This is okay to you, Professor?
Oh man, okay. It really looks like Electabuzz is starting to get irritated that we're ignoring him.
Hi. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, so let's describe Electabuzz a little bit more. We mentioned its big fist, but is there anything else about Electabuzz? I mean, there's a lot about Electabuzz that we can really talk about.
Obviously, because it's an electric type, it is yellow.
Well, not
it
all
also,
electric types are yellow, so don't-
well, most of them. But it's got black stripes and little zigzaggy, like zappy looking stripes along its body.
like a lightning bolt.
Yeah, like lightning bolts. It has a tail too, little striped black and yellow tail.
A lot of people forget about the tail because, like, a lot of people when you picture an Electabuzz in your head, they just erase the tail right out. For some
I
reason.
totally forgot. I'll be honest. I totally forgot about it.
Honestly, it's a rare Pokemon, so you don't see it a lot. So a lot of the finer details of an Electabuzz, like, I mean, the yellow fur, yes, and the black stripes, yes, and the like fangs and stuff, I'll remember. But like the tail, the little antennas, people don't even think about it.
The antennas are a memorable part of Electabuzz. It's the two things in the middle of the antennas that I forgot about. What are those? Are those just tufts of hair? You're laughing at my hair? Have you seen yours?
Is it hair or are those ears?
I don't know, because it has antennas on like the outer side, and then the middle towards like the center of its head, it's got this like V-shaped little, it looks like score bunny ears just sitting on top of its head.
It's a milk tank lick.
What's a Miltank lick? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like a milk tank licked the top of his head and made his hair.
I'm
stick
not
up.
licking another Pokemon. Please don't ask.
I didn't say
No.
you. I said the milk tank.
Yeah, the Miltank is licking you.
Oh.
Yeah,
When?
that's-
When is this being planned? When is this happening?
I think the idea is that it happens while you sleep, and that's why when you wake up, your hair is all messy.
Milk tank
Oh.
has already licked the Electabuzz.
Well, listen, I know for a fact that a Miltank didn't come into my home last night, but something else did. Mr. Curtis, did you lick my hair?
I did.
Wow, you're boring him, Corbin. All right.
I most certainly did not. Only checked on the status of your room, made sure it was clean. Checked your notebook.
Was it clean?
Half of it was. It was really strange. It was like if you drew a line halfway down the middle of the room,
Yeah.
half the size was a disaster zone, and the other half was like pre-staged, like you were putting on a guest showing in your home.
Oh, right.
It was like gorgeous, mopped, dusted, perfectly aligned, everything, all in the zen. And then the other side was just filthy, stained mess.
The filthy side was Mr. Mime's side of the room.
No.
Wait, whoa, wait, what? Oh, I guess you do share a bed, don't you?
Yeah,
Yes, all three of you share a bed.
We all. Well, actually, I should clarify. I'm so sorry. We share the same bed, but I do have my own room. I just don't have a bed in that room, so we all sleep in the same bed, and it just doesn't matter. Let's just.
There's
keep
a lot of
going.
logistics there. All right. Anything else you want to talk about with Electabuzz before I put it back into his Pokeball?
It's got like talons or claws on its feet.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
kind of cool.
Sure, yeah, but those hurt real bad if they kick you with them. What do you think
Yeah.
they're used for? What do you think they're used for primarily?
Impaling.
Okay, that's a guess. Mr. Curtis, what do you think?
Maybe making sure he's properly grounded. Digs those bad boys right into the dirt, gets himself all grounded.
I don't think they really want to be grounded though, because as we'll see, they like to store the electricity in their bodies, right? That makes sense.
I don't know. You tell us.
But so okay, but well, I think I have an idea for what they might use them for. But I'll ask you guys again at the end of the lesson and see if you can see if we're on the same page then. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put Electabuzz back into the Pokeball.
Okay. Bye, Electabuzz.
All right. So, Mr. Curtis,
Yes, Professor, I'm here for you.
That's
yes,
exactly,
right here.
That's exactly why I'm calling on you now, because you mentioned at the top of this lesson how eager you are to be here.
Let me serve you, Professor.
Well, the whole point of you being a teacher's assistant is to facilitate your your transfer to be a professor yourself, right?
Yes, of
so
course.
I would like for you to read the entries today. Do you think you can do
Well,
that?
Ooh.
well.
I
Look
can't.
at
Are you sure,
that.
Professor? Are you sure?
I mean,
don't know.
We'll see how it goes. I do have my reservations because I have seen you try to read things before.
Oh, we're going to dinner somewhere tonight? Where are we going? You're taking us out? That's really sweet of you, Professor.
Oh, no. Okay, I get it. No. My reservations as in I'm not sure about I still have, unsure thoughts about whether or not
Oh, that's
Mr.
fair.
Curtis.
Yeah, I don't trust Mr. Curtis to read these. Are you sure you don't want me to do it?
Listen, this has only been the 7th time I've taken this class, but
Yeah. I mean, I've also seen how you write too, so it's
Oh God!
it should
Brace yourselves, students. This is gonna be a
sorry in
long
advance. All right, but Mr. Kurtz, if you could please read the Pokedex entries for Electabuzz.
I won't let you down. Let me just get a quick sip of water and me.
You don't need to sing.
I'm regretting this. I'm immediately regretting
I'm just
it.
warming
This
up
is a
here.
mistake.
Okay.
This is a
All right.
mistake.
Are you ready? Here we go. First time. Here we go. Whew. All right. In the Kanto region, start with normally found near power plants. They can wander away and cause major blackouts in cities.
Oh.
So this
Okay.
I do want to say before you read the next one, these Kanto entries are very confusing about what the the nature of blackouts and how they relate.
Well, that's
to,
actually I was going to ask that.
So this first entry, it sounds like they're in the power plants, and when
Yes.
they leave, they cause the blackouts.
Exactly. Yes.
Which makes sense because they're putting.
So
power.
it's like, is there electricity feeding the power plant, and as soon as they leave, it just? I mean, like, can the power plants not function on their own? It makes it sound like every power plant in Kanto is operated by Electabuzz.
Good question, Corbin. Mr. Curtis, if you could read the next entry.
Of course. If a major power outage occurs, it is certain that this Pokemon has eaten electricity at a power plant.
Oh.
Okay, right away I'm seeing the conflict here.
Yes.
Because first of all, it's okay, they're at the power plant, and when they leave, it causes a blackout.
Yeah.
And
when
now,
they quote unquote wander away.
and now it's when a blackout has occurred. It's because this Pokemon is at the power plant eating the electricity.
Yes.
So
Right,
okay,
right,
all right.
So it's
Interesting.
really hard to tell from these first couple entries if the Electabuzz is generating the electricity or if they're eating the electricity and taking it all away.
I mean, one thing is certain: they do like power plants.
Yeah,
They
that
do
is
like
true.
them.
And then the next one again, it's just the same amount of confusion. Go ahead and read it, Mr. Curtis.
Appear in power plants in search of electricity. they are said to cause major blackouts if they disappear.
What? What does that
Wait,
mean?
okay, all right. So there's a conflict in the same thing.
In the same entry.
Because it says they appear at the power plant in search of electricity, okay, which would imply that the power is there before they get there.
Right.
And then it says they are said to cause major blackouts if they disappear. So if they disappear from the power plant, the power plant no longer has power. So that makes no sense, Professor. I don't understand.
The only way, go ahead, Corbin. What do you think?
I was gonna say, is it like there is like their presence of coming and going at a power plant just like cause disruption? Because like obviously they generate electricity, from their bodies like every electric type Pokemon. But like
I don't think that's true.
But is there something unique genetically about an Electabuzz that like as soon as it either leaves or comes to a power plant, it's just chaos ensues. It messes with the systems there or whatever. Because like it can eat electricity at the power plant, which causes a blackout. But also, in addition to that, leaving the power plant and coming to it can also cause problems because I guess it's just like expelling so much natural, electrical pulses or whatever that like it's just causing blackouts. I don't know.
So the other Pokedex entries, I think, have a more centralized idea about Electabuzzes and their relationships to power plants. But I think it's largely that when Electabuzzes go to power plants, they eat the electricity, and that causes power outages. That seems to be the consensus as we get to other generations.
Okay.
So the only way that I can really make sense of the entries here from the Kanto region is that it says, I assume that people, they're just Electabuzzes walking around, right, in everyday life, right, down in the city.
Yeah.
Like they'll be an Electabuzz, and every so often, that Electabuzz that likes to hang out by the grocery store just disappears. And when they disappear, they getting down crazy on some electricity at the power plant. That's what's going on.
Okay.
So
maybe.
it's
maybe they disappear after they've eaten all the electricity. So
the reason they disappear is because they can convert themselves into pure energy and electricity and travel along the power lines. Because it says they appear in power plants. Like, I don't know why it says appear. Appear to me just sounds like it just kind of like
they pop in,
materializes out of nowhere. So what if it travels along the power line as electricity, and then it just boom pops up at power plants and it can travel along power lines.
Like you're working and all of a sudden you hear, and it's like, oh my god, an Electabuzz.
Yeah. That's basically what I'm suggesting. So
maybe okay. I don't know. Yeah. Well, there are some more entries here, so go ahead and keep reading, Mr. Curtis.
Please.
If you could read, there is one more from the Kanto region.
Our last entry in the Kanto region. It loves to feed on strong electricity. It occasionally appears around large power plants, and so on.
Okay.
And so on.
So on.
So on. What do you think that so on is referring to?
Well, it likes strong electricity. So where can you find strong electricity besides power plants?
I don't know. Grid.
Maybe like a big hydroelectric dam.
Ooh, maybe.
Electrical grid, maybe?
Nuclear power plants. Well, I guess that's still a power plant. So.
Yeah. What about a windmill farm? Is that considered a power plant, or is that different?
I don't know.
Yeah. There are a couple windmill farms.
So
There's one in Sinnoh.
This one really, really, makes you think that they go to the power plant and then they eat that power is what I would think.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Moving on.
All right. Sure. All right. So now for the Johto region.
Why did you say it like that?
I did. No, what do you mean? I don't know
what you're talking about. Were you imitating? Is that how you think people from Johto talk? That's horrible.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's a little prejudice, man. Come on.
No. I mean, that's just how you've got Kanto, you've got Sinnoh, you've got Nova, and Johto. That's how you say Johto.
No, it's
right?
Okay. Please continue.
No. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. All right. Electricity runs across the surface of its body. In darkness, its entire body glows a whitish blue.
Ooh,
yeah, it's like
That's
light
pretty
show.
neat. I like that.
I just need one to sit in the corner of my room so I don't have to plug in a nightlight. So that's
Well,
That'd be cool.
You do have to plug its tail into the outlet like it is
Oh, okay. All
cord,
right.
though.
Well. Anyway, its body constantly discharges electricity. Getting close to it will make your hair stand straight on end.
Yeah, I think we saw that with Corbin earlier.
Yes.
Well, my hair was already kind of crappy before, but yeah. You're right.
Now it was crackly,
Yes.
which is a word that almost sounds like crappy. So
That's funny.
thank you.
That's comedy.
Great.
There you go. When two Electabuzz touch, they control the electric currents to communicate their feelings.
We saw that, and last I checked, I wasn't in Electabuzz.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why we couldn't really talk to them, but like we could definitely just tell from the intensity of the shock how much they liked us.
Yeah,
And you know what? They must have liked me a whole lot.
No, he was pretty upset with you. He didn't like you.
Yeah, that's right. He did look pretty angry.
I don't really understand Electabuzz's speech. So maybe higher current means they like you more. Because if you think about it, I mean, they like to eat electricity. So they're like, here, more electricity. I like you.
Maybe you'll like some too, and then it shocks you, and then you die.
One can only hope.
That's kind of dark, Professor.
That's a little bit dark. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Corbin.
Finally, its body constantly discharges electricity. Getting close to it will make your hair stand straight on end.
I already read that one.
Yes.
That's the
I
same
mean,
one. I see it's a different entry, but it is the exact same.
It
thing.
is the exact same thing. You are.
It's
you
okay.
Are correct.
Listen, I normally filter these out. It's Mr. Curtis's first time.
I'm stressing out. There's too much.
You want to be a professor with this kind of attitude in Pokedex reading? Come on.
It's hard.
It gets easier. Don't worry. It gets easier. This is. Listen. I remember my first time reading Pokedex entries out loud, and you're doing excellent. All right, Mr. Curtis. So I think it's time to move on to the Hoenn region. So
thank you,
Yeah.
Professor. Thank you for your guidance.
I'm a guiding light to all young teaching assistants.
No pressure, Mr. Curtis. There's like hundreds of virtual students listening. No pressure.
When a storm arrives, gangs of this Pokemon compete with each other. Often, I'm sorry.
Oh god, he's messing up. He's messing up.
I'm stressing. I'm in my head. I'm in my head.
Deep breaths. Okay, just take 3 deep breaths, Mr. Curtis.
3 deep breaths. Come on, you got this. You got this. I
then-
put too
and
much
then
pressure on him.
And then you need to go back to regular breaths. That's important. Okay, one more.
Okay.
And out. Okay, there you go.
All right. When a storm arrives, gangs of this Pokemon compete with each other to scale heights that are often likely to be struck by lightning bolts. Some towns use Electabuzz in place of lightning rods.
That was almost an okay reading.
Well, yeah,
Mr. Curtis.
he did.
There
add
was
an
no
extra
often.
word.
There was no often, and it was stricken by lightning bolts, not strike. And also, it's Electabuzz, not Electurbuzz.
Oh,
Well,
geez.
that's an accent thing.
Yeah.
You
know them Electabuzzes are ruining our
Them
region.
dang Electabuzz is eating all the power in the power plant.
Them dang Electabuzz. They just be ruining everything, you know.
It's interesting that with as rare as Electabuzz are, that some towns are using them as lightning rods. Just like, hey, stand on my roof.
Well, you
Yeah.
only need one, right? Especially if there's like a hill or cliff overlooking the town.
Sure, yeah.
Very true. All right. When a storm approaches, it competes with others to scale heights that are like, okay.
So
Never mind. It's the same exact thing again. All right.
Well, it's actually not the same exact. So Hoenn does this weird thing where they have one. They first of all, they have very long entries. Hoenn has very long Pokedex entries, and then they have
This is true.
one that is technically different, but it's the exact same thing that's just been worded just in a very slightly different manner for some reason. I don't know why they do this. It's odd. But
You can copy my homework but change it up so no one will notice.
exactly. So yeah.
But listen, it's all Professor Birch anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's an easy mistake to make, Mr. Curtis.
Right.
I apologize
You're still
again.
doing great. You're still doing
You're
great.
doing a good
buddy.
job.
Okay. All right.
I'm so proud.
Oh, for you, Professor. All right.
Oh wow, thank you.
Okay. All right. Now for the Sinnoh region. Half of all blackouts occur when this Pokemon appears at power plants and eats electricity.
All right. That is
Okay.
a firm statement. No wishy-washy, back and forth.
That's right.
First of all, half of all blackouts, which is a crazy amount. That is a crazy
50% even.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that half of all blackouts occur when this Pokemon appears at power plants and eats electricity. When they appear
Yes.
at power plants, when they go to them, not when they just disappear randomly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I see
So
what you're saying.
that's a lot more information. I think we should go off of those more than the Kanto ones, which really went back and forth about whether or not they eat the energy at the power plant or don't or what, or sometimes they just disappear.
They do both.
Yeah. So yes, excellent job, Sinnoh. Thank you very much for that, for clarifying what we couldn't hear in the Kanto region.
Professor Rowan has really I love the specificity. That's all I have to say.
Yes.
All right. So, here's another good one. It windmills its arms to slightly boost its punches. Foes have been known to escape in the meantime. So that is good. That is good punch form.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's sitting there just
Right.
he's like,
The
"Wind 'em
more
up."
times you wind it up,
Wind it up.
the better it is.
Yeah, like charges it. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I guess it's time to move on to the next region.
Yes.
Let's see.
Now, the next region is the
ooh.
Unova region.
Yes, Unova does have one. that we can
Unova
use.
does have an entry. It's it's always an exciting day when they do.
Beautiful.
Bless up.
Blessed to the great Arceus in the sky. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, so research is progressing on storing lightning and Electabuzz, so this energy can be used at any time.
Matt, you almost said its name right this time.
Electabuzz.
No.
Later, bud. Hell yeah.
So weirdly enough, there isn't an R in Electabuzz.
No, really?
No.
I mean, I'm not saying R.
You did
I don't know
There's
what you're
not.
You-
He's messing
Elect-
with
Okay,
you.
he
Elec-
100% said
Electabuzz.
Electrabuzz.
Electabuzz.
Elector. There's no R.
There's no R.
Elector.
No R.
Electa.
Yeah,
Electabuzz.
Electabuzz.
There you go.
Yes.
That's right.
But that's
Okay,
interesting,
cool,
right?
good.
So kind of like people want to use Electabuzz as a battery, and they like just let it get struck by lightning, and then say, "Oh, this Electabuzz is all charged up. Come on in here."
Oh yeah. All right. So I don't think the Kalos region has anything for us.
Nope.
Unfortunately.
When do they?
Am I right, Professor? Am I right?
Correct. Very,
Okay,
very
good.
astute observation. You see, you're already progressing. I'm so proud of you.
Good. All right. So, I think Alola's got some good ones here. Let's do that.
They always do.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
First one here. Half of all sudden blackouts are caused by Electabuzz gathering at electrical power
Good girl.
power plants and gobbling up electricity. Kind of similar to before, but worded slightly different.
Yes.
But
Now,
okay.
you may notice some conflicting information here in the Alola region too, but I'll let you keep reading.
Okay. All right. Electricity leaks from it in amounts far greater than the amount of electricity it eats. Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
producing.
what if it's leaking that electricity while it's eating? 'Cause it's just so much of an abundant amount. That's what causes the blackouts, right?
Wait, what?
It's causing the blackouts because it's just like emanating so much electricity because it's trying to eat it all, right?
So it's overloading the power
It's
plant. Is that what you're
it's
saying?
overloading its body, which is causing discharges, which overloads the power plant and causes it to fail.
No, I think
Right?
no. I definitely think that it's because it eats all the electricity at the power plant and takes it away. That's why it causes the blackouts. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But it does poop out more than it eats.
Which is interesting to think of, like how, like where does that come from? How does it do that? Is it? I mean, I guess it probably eats food too.
I'm sure it eats real food, but in order for power, it's probably like breaking the lines or just going right up to the generators and just putting its mouth on it and just
Certainly
sucking up that electricity.
Sure. But I mean, like, there has to be something else going on. You can't just create electricity out of nothing, right? You have to get the energy somehow.
Pokemon do it.
A lot of Pokemon don't do it, though. Like
there's a lot of electric Pokemon that have to absorb it.
Yeah, or
right?
they have to, move their arms or something in such a way that it generates electricity.
True. Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, I don't know. It's an enigma. I really wish they gave us a little bit more information on that, but I guess the studies haven't been done yet.
Sure.
Of course not. Of course not.
Okay, so another somewhat similar one. Electricity permeates its bodies. It swings its arm around and round to charge up electricity before unleashing a punch. Unleashing a punch.
Unleashing a punch. Nice.
Unleashing a punch.
It's not leasing that punch anymore.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think before it said it windmills its arms to boost its punches,
Yes.
and this one actually says like it is charging up electricity.
Yeah.
As it's winding.
I think we
its
call
arm.
them.
Right.
I think we call them thunder punches.
Thunder punch.
Yes.
doesn't really
We do. We do call them that here.
Doesn't really make any sense though, because thunder is the noise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not the the actual lightning.
Yeah.
Right.
I usually put like a what is it called?
I don't know. It's in your head right now.
I can't wait to find out.
I put like a
I think he hoped saying it again would jog his memory enough for him to remember what he wanted to say.
We'll never know.
I put a 6-volt battery. That's what it is.
That's what you couldn't remember?
Oh my god. Okay. All right. We need to move on.
What, you put a 6-volt battery on your tongue? What did you do with the 6-volt battery?
9-volt. That's when I do a thunder punch. I put a bunch of 9-volt batteries.
Oh, a 9-volt.
With the 2 terminals sticking out in between my fingers.
Okay.
And then I punch somebody with it so they get shocked.
I don't think that's how batteries work.
I don't recommend.
That's not how that works.
Yeah.
That's a trained professional move there. No students at home need to imitate that. I apologize.
Yes, please do not imitate the actions of Mr. Curtis. Like that's just a blanket statement I need to say. Don't do the things he does. We're unclear of his humanity, so that's why he can do them.
That's right. While it is often blamed for power outages, the truth is the cause of the outages is more often an error on the part of the electric company.
So it's a big lie.
So, but it said up above, half of all sudden blackouts are caused by Electabuzz. But then this one says it is more often an error is on the part of the electric company. So more than half is caused by an error of the electrical company.
Well, I think they can't. That the electric company is blaming the outage on Electabuzzes, but they're lying about it, and it's really that they made some kind of error.
It's a deep state conspiracy theory.
Exactly.
That the Electabuzz is the one causing the outages. It's actually the power company. It's part of the
government. Just like the government controls all the Pidgeys.
Right. It's part of the capitalist venture that is electric companies, and there's something they don't want us to know about that. They're blaming it on the poor Electabuzz. It just wants to get a little feeding on some electricity. He ain't doing nothing wrong.
Gotcha. I see. So it is all just a big conspiracy theory.
It's all a lie. All a lie. And I say we march to the capital of Kanto and give them a piece of our mind.
What is the capital?
No
of
more
Kanto,
Electabuzz prejudice. Do I hear an agreement?
No.
Nah, we can. They're just beasts. Who cares?
You can't just...
They shocked me, and after that, I got no love in my heart for Electabuzz.
All right, well, I'll get the Electabuzz civil rights movement started myself.
Okay, all right. Well, once you get a big enough following, maybe I'll feel bad enough to join. What is the capital of the Kanto region, by the way?
I gotta tell you, I skipped history class last week, so I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe is it Saffron City?
I feel like it is Saffron City. I don't know. Obviously, the history education has failed us.
Maybe it's Viridian City, because that's where the Pokemon League is, right?
I have to say, I think Saffron's bigger though, right? Isn't Saffron the biggest city in Kanto?
Well, just because it's the biggest city doesn't mean it's the capital.
Maybe we should make it the capital.
Yeah, maybe we should. We have the manpower.
This could be the capital. That's right.
Take it by force.
After doing a little internet research, it is confirmed to be Saffron City.
Oh, well, that was quick.
It's the biggest, so I'm going to agree with Curtis. Because it's the biggest is the capital now.
Just because it's the biggest doesn't mean it's the capital.
Okay, so moving on to the Galar region. Many power plants keep ground-type Pokemon around as a defense against Electabuzz that comes seeking electricity.
It's like having a moat around your castle.
Oh, love that.
What ground type would you keep at the power plant to fight off an Electabuzz?
Who are you asking?
And anyone in the room, anyone who wants to contribute.
I would love. You know what I would love to have? I'll tell you. A Clodsire. Would love that.
Oh, a Clodsire, would you?
Clodsire from the Paldea region.
Just recently added to the
regional
National
dex.
Wow,
Pokedex.
somebody's been
That's
reading
right.
up on the.
Yeah. Can we skip ahead and talk about Clodsire? I love him.
There were a couple cute pictures of them, so
I think I'd go with Gastrodon or maybe Garchomp. One of those two.
Garchomp would be good. He. I mean, that thing would eviscerate any Electabuzz.
They are really hard to work with though, so I'd be hesitant.
Yeah, give me a Clodsire any day. Give me a Professor. I'm actually asking. Give me a Clodsire any day now.
Well,
please.
when we talk about Clodsire, maybe I'll let you keep the one that we have in class.
All right, it won't take too long, right?
Yeah, not too terribly long.
I appreciate your contribution, Corbin, but unfortunately, you've chosen the wrong answer. The only Pokemon for the job is, of course, Sandy Cloaked Wormadam. So,
Oof.
just so you know.
Oof. That's
Yeah.
that's a bad choice.
Okay.
It is a the only ground type bug Pokemon, and is the only person qualified.
That I don't think that's true.
I think you're just making stuff up.
Nincada's
Yeah, I
also,
was
but
gonna say
Nincada's
Nincada.
Nincada's a pre-evolution, so we don't
So
we don't
pathetic.
we don't count that one.
All right,
Yeah.
but it was fundamentally incorrect that what you said that it's the only ground type bug Pokemon.
Yeah, well, it's the only one that's worthy of the position.
Okay.
I wouldn't trust my power plant to Nincada. Okay, now a Wormadam with the Sandy Cloak, that's ready to go.
All right, let's move on. Next entry.
All right, next entry. With the coming of a storm, many of these Pokemon will gather under tall trees and sit there waiting for lightning to strike.
Ooh.
Now, it's interesting that it says under the tall tree and not on top when they talk about them climbing up onto high points earlier. But, I mean...
I guess the Electabuzzes in the Galar region are just really lazy.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Okay, but then this one, right, feeds on the last one here. Feeds
Yes,
on...
I believe you found the ancient text that comes from the Hisui region.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Feeds on electrical energy. During sudden showers beneath looming thunderclouds, one can observe Electabuzz scaling tall trees where the Pokemon will wait for lightning to strike.
Okay, so back in the day, they used to actually exert more energy and
Well-
climb the trees.
Right.
But in recent years, it sounds like they were just like, we'll just sit under the tree and wait.
And
we'll just
again-
wait under.
Again, you should remember that the Hisui region is what the ancient Sinnoh region used to be called. So again,
Right.
it's still indicating that just the Electabuzzes and Galar are just super lazy.
Well, right, exactly. They're lazy. They're lazy. I mean, like, what is wrong with them? Just climb up and get electrocuted.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Curtis. Excellent job reading these regional
Professor,
entries.
I did it for
proud.
you. I did it for
Mr.
you,
Curtis,
Professor.
You did it for all of
one-
us.
Nobody was embarrassed. Nobody laughed at the way you read the entries.
Nobody laughed at the way you said Electabuzz specifically.
We're all very, very happy for you.
I tried.
Honestly, I will say that went better than expected. Virtual students may not know, but Mr. Curtis does tend to have issues with reading out loud. So
Well, when I put my mind to it, anything is possible.
he has.
That's what happens when you take this class for 7 years or seven times, and you don't, learn literature or grammar.
Well, no.
During that
Mr.
time.
Curtis just has a condition that we call sloppy mouth.
Oh, okay.
It gets
Yeah.
all over the place.
Is that diagnosed?
He got a lot of slop in his jaw when he talks. Unfortunately, it's like it's like he's just chomping on just a mouthful of marbles.
I love
But
that.
hey, we love him anyways. All right, so I do have some unique Pokedex entries here. I'll just read those real quick. The
Okay.
first one comes to us from Ash's Pokedex, and actually we've already heard this entry before. believe it or not, because it was a combined entry of Scyther and Electabuzz.
Mhm.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Right.
So it says, I'll just read it again. It says, Scyther and Electabuzz are both rare Pokemon. They are able to distinguish colors and become enraged by the color red.
Ooh.
Oh, so Electabuzz gets angry too.
Yeah, which is, I guess, it's very interesting that no other regions talk about that. It was just this very unique, special Pokedex that Ash has. Like, that seems like it would be something important, right? Like, the fact that they become enraged when they see the color red.
Oh, you know what? I wore my red socks today. That's why. That's why he's so upset with me. See, I couldn't figure out why he didn't like me so much. And you see my look here. Let me move my jacket out of the way. You see my socks?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so red,
okay.
aren't they?
Well, it may also be because you're a creep that comes into children's bedrooms and steals their toothbrush. But yeah, I'm sure it's the socks too.
All right. Yes, we should move on to this next entry. Again, it also comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. I guess he
Work at double time.
Yeah, he found it by itself and just clocked it again. It says Electabuzz, the electric Pokemon. Electabuzz is the evolved form of Elekid. With powerful electric currents constantly coursing through its body, Electabuzz appears to glow.
Now, why haven't we talked about Elekid?
Again, I've mentioned this before. So we're reading this in National Pokedex order.
Right.
That is basically the order on which, it's the Pokemon nationally recognized in this, in this coalition, right? And Elekid doesn't come around until, I believe, is it the Johto region or is it the Sinnoh region?
I want to say it's the Johto region.
I think it's Johto that found
Johto, yes.
realized that when you hatch a Electabuzz out of an egg, it's an Elekid originally. But yes, no. We haven't talked about Elekid yet, and we won't for a little bit. Also, I like how it says Electabuzz appears to glow. I think we can just say that it does glow. It does glow. That's what it's doing. It's not like, it's some kind of trick of the light.
Yeah. It's not a secret. It's not a government conspiracy like the power plants.
Yeah, no, it does glow, and it is because of the electric currents.
Yes, of course.
All right, and the last entry here comes to us from Don's Pokedex. It says, Electabuzz, the electric Pokemon, an evolved form of Elekid. It appears near power generators, and because it eats electricity, it can cause blackouts.
Well, hey, we know that.
There you go. All right, so that does it on all of the Pokedex entries for Electabuzz. I think
that's
we
it.
learned
Let's go home
today. And now I don't do this often.
No, you do. You do it all the time.
But I would like to ask you guys a question.
Yes.
Why do you think it has those big talons on its feet?
All the better to grip with, my dear.
Okay, but why? What are they gripping? Why do they need to grip?
I think you know what I think it is. I think it's to in case it gets electrocuted by, a lot of force at the power plant. It's to grip it into the ground or into the floor to keep it from moving. So there's like an electric blast or like a strong current. It keeps them steady and stable. You know what I mean?
Not what I'm thinking, but maybe. Mr. Curtis, what do you think?
Have we checked the consistency of those talons? Are they maybe metallic in nature? Can they use them as a conducting material? Is it like kick into a like a big battery and suck the juices out through its feet?
Okay, I think you guys are thinking too hard on this. I think it just uses them to climb to high places. I think that's the main reason.
Oh, it does say it does need to climb.
It does need a. That's a good point. It's a good point.
Okay. So that was just a little teaser, a little appetizer for what's to come. Because today we have a pop quiz. So go ahead.
Pop quiz.
No.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put away the Pokedexes you guys have on your desks and pull out your Rotom laptops and pencils and pens and all that good stuff. Let me know when you're ready.
I am as ready as I'll ever be.
I'm ready, Professor.
Excellent. Question number 1. Why does Electabuzz glow? And what color does it glow? All right. I have both of the answers here. So Corbin says it glows when it's feeding. and that it glows a whitish blue. Mr. Curtis, on the other hand, says Electabuzz does glow because electricity flows across the outside of its body.
Oh.
And when peek at it in the dark, it emanates a whitish blue.
That's supposed to be when you peek at it.
Oh, okay. I see. You just forgot a word there. That's fine. So yes, it does glow a lightish blue. You both got that. Now, Corbin, you didn't get that first part that I was hoping for, unfortunately.
Was it something about it? Did it have to? Did you want something about it being in the dark?
No.
Because I'm like, okay.
So it has currents that run across the surface of its body.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why.
Does that
glows.
not happen when it feeds, or it does?
I mean, it does, but it doesn't only happen when it feeds. It happens all the time.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry about that.
Okay, half points. Don't be sorry to me. It doesn't matter to me what grade you get. All right, I got 10. I got tenure, buddy.
It does matter to me though, Corbin. Please,
Okay,
I'm gonna need you to step it up.
I'm trying.
Okay, question number 2. According to most official accounts, what is the cause of 50% of all sudden blackouts? Now, this question also has a bonus portion, and that is what is more often the cause of these outages? All right. So the first part is what, according to most official accounts, what is the cause of 50% of all sudden blackouts? And then the bonus part is what is more often the cause of these power outages? Okay, I have both of the answers. Corbin says Electabuzz feeding supposedly causes a lot of the blackouts, but, and he's going for the bonus points here, it's actually the power plant's electrical issues and shortcomings. All right. We'll see if he's right. Mr. Curtis says, officially, half of the blackouts are caused by Electabuzz eating up electricity at power plants. At power plants. But
what? It's going to PowerPoint presentations and eating up the electricity there? That's wrong. Sorry.
Hey, listen, it's funny to make fun of Mr. Curtis when he says words wrong, but not when I do it, all right?
Yeah, that's right. It's inappropriate.
Oh, I thought that was actually written that way. Sorry.
No. Yeah, that's fair enough. It can be, it does seem like something he would do. No, he says half of the blackouts are caused by Electabuzz eating up electricity at power plants, but, and he's also going for the bonus points here, more often it is really a power company error. Yes, you are both correct. Most reports say it's the Electabuzz eating the electricity, or
all right,
or as we say in the Kanto region, disappearing. But more often it is the cause of the electric company making errors somehow. All right, question number 3. If you see Electabuzz moving to high ground, what might be approaching? Okay, so Corbin says a storm! ! Which, as we all know by now, is a sure sign that he is positive he knows that he's right.
Oh yeah.
I think he has been wrong before, though, when he's done that. At least, I think once. And Mr. Curtis says, a big thunderstorm is coming. It is looking for a lightning strike. Well, he says a lighting strike. He forgot the first N.
So then it's wrong, naturally.
Well, no,
lighting
because
strike.
no, because that wasn't the question. That was an extra little added bit that he put in himself.
Of course.
He answered a big thunderstorm is coming, and that is fully correct.
Thank you.
So good job. Question number 4. And this is the last question, so make sure you answer it correctly. Why may you be able to escape before an Electabuzz punches you? All right. So let's see what they have said. Corbin says, because it has to spend time winding up its arms before it punches. And Mr. Curtis says, Electabuzz likes to wind them up and swing their arms to charge up their punch, giving you plenty of time to skedaddle. Woof. I don't think that's how you spell skedaddle. I don't think that's the official
probably not
pronunciation of skedaddle.
Skedaddle.
He spelled it SCEDATLE, so it looks like Seadaddle.
Ooh,
Sedaddle.
I love that Pokemon.
Get Sedaddle out of there.
Yes, so yeah, it winds up their punches charge them up with electricity to punch really hard, or as we call it, a thunder punch. So yes, you guys are absolutely both correct. You did very good. Now you both did get over 100.
Woo!
Corwin, you got slightly less than Mr. Curtis did. But that's
Well, I
okay.
still got 100 though, and you
Well, yeah,
always
true,
tell me that
true.
my grades are bad, which is not true anymore.
I I have really been a lot more lenient with my quizzes and grading practices, so I really think that's on me and not really.
I don't know. Thank you so much for the encouragement. Feels really good to be here.
Okay. No, you're right. It's because you're doing so much better. You're just doing so good.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
Okay. All right. So that's gonna do it for today's lesson on Electabuzz. Does anybody know who we're gonna be talking about next week?
Electabuzz.
What's the
Electivire. It's Electivire.
Electivire. That's right.
Wow. I'm impressed that you guys know the full evolutionary family of Electabuzz.
course.
That
Of course,
evolves from
yeah.
Elekid.
We're done.
I've got a whole box of Electravizors at home. Not sure what I'm going to do with them, but
Would love one. Would love one.
Okay, I'll bring one for you next
Hey,
week.
I mean, if we're talking about classroom merch, an Electravisor or Electivizor, which is just like one of those, like one of those visors, one of those like hats without the top part. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The really ugly ones that boomers wear.
But
Yeah.
it's got an Electivire pattern on it or something.
Sure. Yeah.
All right,
Yes, yes.
write that one down. We'll bring that to the principal. No, it's not Electivire. Again, it's just weird inconsistencies with the with how we list Pokemon in the National Pokedex. It's not Electivire. In fact, it doesn't really have much to do with Electabuzz. It is a fire type Pokemon.
Oh, well then it's Typhlosion, right?
No, not Typhlosion.
Oh, okay.
Weird. Like fire type, it's Typhlosion.
Well, that was my thought. Cargo?
No, oh, dang it. Nope, that's an entirely different Pokemon.
That's a very dangerous one.
It is. A lot of fire type Pokemon are pretty dangerous.
Magmar?
Yes.
Oh!
Learning about Magmar.
What? I was certain it was going to be a Torkoal.
I guess it was my fault. It was a little bit too vague when I said a fire type. There's a lot of fire type Pokemon out there. But yes, we'll be learning about Magmar next week. And also for you virtual students, next week we will be dropping a lot of information about upcoming changes to the classroom. So I don't listen to Corbin. He's gonna try to make you think again that we're canceling classes, and that's not true. Classes are still ongoing. But we are going to be changing up a few things, making more things available to our virtual students, which we're very much looking forward to. And also the big reveal of who will be our student class presidents for this. I think we're going to do them biannually, so twice a year. So at least that's the plan for now. So for this half of the year, we will be finding out who is student class president. Please save your drum rolls for next week. But that's gonna do it for today's lesson. If you have any questions for me, Professor Jacob, you can send them to wwopokemon@gmail.com. I will say, if you want to email about potentially becoming a student class president, I will say it's too late. We have cut off submissions at this point. So I'm very
sucks to be you.
I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but if you waited until now to give us your submission, you aren't gonna get it. But you might be considered for the next election, which is in half a year.
So you can always say next time.
Yeah, next time. Although we may forget. So
no, we'll write it down. I'm sure somebody will be studious enough to write it down.
Yeah. We really seem like we're that prepared and organized with this classroom.
As the professor, I think that you would probably write that down.
Yes, fair enough. That is fair. But anyways, if you don't have a Gmail account, you can also find us on the Flying Pokemon themed social network site, WWO Pokemon, there as well.
What, you didn't say what it was?
What?
Twitter.
What do you mean?
You said social media flying site? I don't think you said Twitter, did you?
Oh, it's Twitter. If I didn't say it
Okay.
before,
I
it's
didn't
on
hear
Twitter.
It. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I might have slipped out of my mind.
It's okay. I was picking my ears, so I probably didn't hear it.
Yeah, I only say this exact thing at least once every single week. So yeah, I guess it's easy to forget.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's it for today. So until next time, class is dismissed.
Welcome to the World of Pokemon is a part of the Pokecasters Network.